games. Talia, Casio, also off the board. So a lot of mid lane focus here from both sides. Some respect over to Plugo, but he's also picked some interesting stuff. I don't know how viable it is to ban him out, but maybe looking for some comfort for Warzone.
That might be a good thing if you are literally egging Plugo on to go towards let's say a Ziggs pick. I really do not want to see Ziggs from him. And even though both teams here are 0-4, 0-6, they haven't found a win. Saigon Jokers have put out a better performance. So right now, Chaos Latin Gaming are up against, I don't want to say juggernauts, but they're going up against a team that they are favored to win.
The sad thing here is that it's just, unfortunately for Chaos Latin Gamers, this hasn't been their tournament, and it feels like every team is favored above them. They are the underdogs without a doubt in every matchup. And while it's not where you want to be, it may relieve some of the pressure.
Yeah, that's a good point.
However, Greg is going to be the first pick, so once again, priority on the jungle for KMV, but Saigon Jokers with a quick response to their own, Echo and the Karma locked in.
That's a very good look towards Karma. Of course, it is a flex pick. It can go mid. It has gone mid before. Saigon Jokers in their own region, they've actually gone towards a protection comp for Kog'Maw. So that's definitely something that we should be able to watch out for with Celebrity. So if that is a Karma, it could just go straight mid if they see a proper matchup for whatever Plugo picks.
They're really taking their time here on this second rotation, halfway through the clock and counting down. Now the thing about KMV, we can be critical of their performance, but I am always excited to see what they're going to pick because they have so much such a unique selection that they try to bring to the table. This time around, though, it's looking a little bit more standard. Gangplank for that Echo top lane matchup, and the Braum going into the bottom lane. This is meta standard, and I'd say that's something that we haven't seen from KMV quite yet.
This is the first time in a long time I've seen Gangplank escape bans. So now it's going to be an interesting point, interesting game to see how Element plays with this champion. He is going to be in a bad matchup, of course, but let's see how he weathers the storm and if his ulti is going to be impactful. He doesn't have to commit his TP, which I've been very critical of him. His TP usage throughout the tournament has been very effective. So this time he doesn't actually have to use it.
Yeah, I mean, a good opportunity. We doubled the globals. May prove to be an advantage, but picking up another global on the side of Saigon Jokers with that Rek'Sai, a bit more map mobility to move around. Additionally, the Lucian pick coming in, maybe hoping to deny it from the Fox. Maybe just looking for an aggressive bottom lane. However, I like what they've done here. Mid lane and support, potentially the final pick.
Yeah, and Warzone has played Karma, so that is definitely an option. They are leaving everything on the table, waiting for Plugo to show his hand and see what they can go up against. I do love Rek'Sai in the hands of Yan. He has been a really the best performing player on Saigon Jokers. So his pressure early has been incredible, especially on Rek'Sai. So he's going to be able to scale into the later portions of the game.
Oh, give me the Vayne. The Fox, of course, played this to win out in his local region. So don't know if he'll pick it today.
Yeah, that would be an interesting time to pick Vayne.
Ooh.
He's going to do it.
I'm not supposed to get hyped over hover-overs, and this is why, because it's going to be a Sivir.
Yeah, the man is a tease. And we should have expected that.
I did. I mean, I wanted to believe, Raz. They've mixed it up, but this time around it feels like these guys are playing a little bit more standard. But there's still some of that win lane, win game in the comp that we've seen from them in the past. This LeBlanc coming in here.
Yeah, but now you got to expect the Karma to be going mid. That is a good matchup for him. So with that support pick being left down, 100% that can be anything. And it definitely should not be a Leona. Leona is the worst champion you could possibly look.
Why, Raz? Why must you shut me down every time I want to see something ridiculous?
He's probably hovering the worst possible pick you can go into Sivir and Braum. Not only will you not be able to catch onto Sivir with that Q stun if you do hook onto her, but then Braum will just lock you down and you'll get killed. But yeah, he does favor Alistar. Overall, I do like the composition coming out of Chaos Latin Gaming. Their scaling is fairly good. They do have the ability to roam outwards if Gragas does free up Plugo. There's a lot of gank potential in the mid lane, so Warzone has to watch out when he's on this champion.
Of course, the Alistar, the final lock-in. We got a lot of raw engage power coming in on the Saigon Jokers. Echo maybe not the best thing to start the party, but Rek'Sai and Alistar more than happy to do so. I don't know. Looking at these two drafts, what are really the win conditions for both these sides?
Well, we have an all-in on Joker's side. It's a good protection for Celebrity. It's funny that the last interview we saw with Macau, he did mention the next opponent he's going to go up against the Saigon Jokers, where they do actually utilize their composition to go towards their skirmishes, go towards those fights, but at the same time, help out their Lucian, help out their AD carry. In those fights, they're going to be relying on him. The Karma is definitely going to be looking to shield him up quite a bit. But then, of course, preferred matchup here is Ro, because simply because Echo's going to have a lot of priority in his lane. He's going to be able to skirmish out Gangplank, so I do really want Saigon Jokers to focus down this top side, get a few ganks on him, and get that pressure snowballing. So in those team fights, those necessary skirmishes that they're going to have later on in the game, Ro's going to be just zoning out that backline while Celebrity does all the damage.
I mean, excellent potential spot to be, but it's all going to kind of hinge on this early game now. Will this be the first time that KMV can find and hold on to a lead, or will Saigon Jokers take them down in the final match? Keep in mind, everything is on the line here for Chaos Latin Gamers. If they want to find a win, this is their last chance. 0-6, their current scoreline, as we get into their final game of the group stage.
A lot of playmaking potential on Chaos Latin Gaming side. They have a Gangplank, sure. His ulti is going to be doing quite a bit in terms of just whenever LeBlanc does have freedom in her lane. It's going to be hard, of course, because the matchup is difficult. But that's going to be up on Julio Stito's side that's going to be on him to be able to free him up in that matchup. And so that bot lane dive is definitely possible. And then when the team fights do start towards Dragon and Baron, they have a lot of ways to attack. They're going to definitely be flanking Celebrity on all sides because Plugo, and then of course Gangplank ulti, and Sivir hitting the front line. Really, Saigon Jokers have to play the team fights smart. And that's been their difficulty throughout the entire tournament, is that the fights they do pick, even if they get leads off of earlier skirmishes, they can be a bad thing because they can easily lose it for the same reasons.
All right, well, there's a Lucian going to the top lane, Raz.
Are they doing this again?
And an Alistair. And
okay.
This is starting to look...
I didn't mention it earlier.
They lane swapped last time we saw them. They sent that AD carry top. They sent that top and support bottom lane. But this is the evolution of the 6-16 lane swap.
So
Raz, what is going on here?
Okay, so just to mention this, if you guys haven't seen the Saigon Jokers game yesterday, where they were going up against Albus Nox Luna, they definitely lane swap. And right now they are shoving out this bottom lane incredibly hard to zone out the... They know that Chaos Latin Gaming side, they've lost this entire wave simply because they did start that Krug camp. And now they have to push in an extra wave to get into this tower. So now that we're in this lane swap, they're already behind in tempo. Element has to ditch out entirely and walk towards Gangplank. But it looks like, of course, he is going up against Alistair. Alistair isn't going to be able to zone him out all too well.
Really needing that level 2 faith. And Chaos Latin Gamers here. Local loyalty staying strong despite the poor performance of the team thus far.
And just to brush up on what their idea is going into this, because what the patch did change is that the first blood gold on tower, first tower gold, is going to be incredibly risky to play around. So they want to actually dodge out the matchups here in favor of holding on to tower. So at 3 minutes in, just expect the support and top laner with the jungler to be able to crash on tower once Chaos Latin Gaming do so. Now it's going to be interesting to see what Ro decides to do. He's already getting crashed on.
Really interesting. Surprised to see this going out. Of course, you can see a lot more damage being dealt to this tower. No fortification buff, but Saigon Jokers may spend a little bit more time on the bottom side just to kind of limit the damage that can go down. Julio Stito. A little bit of a fumble there on that body slam, but it's okay, buddy. Nobody saw it.
No one saw it. Vision definitely did not get shown on him. So it looks like what's going to happen here is Gangplank is going to be rotating to this lane so he can get the standard lanes going for him. Perhaps they just actually looked at chip down this turret. So right now, Saigon Jokers have to send an extra person down. Alistair is going to be that person.
On the way, but Gangplank's down as well. There's 4 members of KMV now on the bottom side of the map. Lucian being left to free farm. Julio Stito moving in to pressure the jungle.
This is a good move from Chaos Latin Gaming. They do have to dive, but Alistair is going to be there for it. Rek'Sai is going to be there for it. If all three are there, they can't die, but Rek'Sai is far too late.
The Ignite's going down. While you're talking about the macro, the micro is going to win the day in the end, but Su's going to drop as well. Flash, one shot, one kill coming in from Element, and it's a bloodbath here. KMV picking up 2 quick kills.
Yeah, so already a disaster for Saigon Jokers. They are not playing their own lane swap well. They have to be able to at least get Hanyan there when the wave is crashing. They didn't. It was just 2 people. They're committing to this now.
TP now coming down. Fox does use the spell Shield Warzone now here on the bottom side. Bear locked up. Element moving forward. Has to be careful. Here comes the Rek'Sai. Element now set to fall. He is going to get burned down in the end. Ro happy to grab that one. Samhyun pushes for more, but it looks like they are just going to be able to back off.
Yeah, really, really interesting. They definitely needed to get that kill to make it worthwhile for Warzone to utilize his own TP for it. They're going to shove this wave in. Not be able to challenge this tower. They are both melee. It's not going to happen. Unless if they're looking to dive.
Oh, the Fox gets knocked up. The chain CC is going to come in big, and Bear potentially in trouble. Now pushing for more as Element TPs onto the bottom side of the map. And I was wondering what this game was going to look like on the 2 bottom teams of the tournament, and it looks like Bloodbath is the answer.
Saigon Jokers have just decided to just throw the kitchen sink at Chaos Latin Gaming. Just throw them off. And this is the best way to do it. Celebrity have actually put up a freeze in the top side of the map.
Oh, Element ignited. Bear potentially in trouble, does get knocked up. In come the barrels. Su taking so much damage, does punt Element back. Bear now in trouble. Element now knocked up. The damage just keeps coming.
Yeah, and they have to back away again. Meanwhile, Sivir is walking into the wave.
Oh.
She's far behind here.
All right.
Okay.
Rek'Sai's out. I think they're going to stop killing each other.
Yeah, I'm going to try.
For a couple seconds here, Raz.
One of the major strengths of this all is that Lucian is just passively farming topside. Actually has a freeze going for him here. So anyone who gets sent top, not going to have a good time. Right now, Sivir is just a little bit behind. She just walked back to the wave, and now she's going to be challenging this turret. So I don't think this bloodbath is done just yet. Saigon Jokers definitely need to protect that tower.
Plugo sidestepping his way out of that Soul Flare. Julio Cito now onto the bottom side. Well, looks like we are set up for more blood here as Sivir and KP start to push in. Samhyun waiting in the bush. Coming over the wall. Not in range of the headbutt pulverize. No flash for a Rek'Sai flash knockup, so Saigon Joker going to have to hold back on the aggression, but Ro not afraid to get in there to pop those barrels.
But the Fox has been sharing experience with Gangplank and with Gragas at some points. So she's level 4. Meanwhile, Lucian is at level 6 and has 10 CS on her. They need to be able to make use of this, either get a dive going for themselves or actually kill the tower.
I'm just going to call it, Raz. You said that Saigon Jokers were getting outplayed in their own lane swap. Do you feel like that's still true?
Yeah, it looks like it's going to happen. That's a 5-man dive looking to happen here.
Oh, Echo moving forward. Could
no
be
wave.
In trouble. Ro, no level 6. In goes Su to try to stop the action from happening, but Plugo gets knocked up. The chain CC, is it going to be enough? Elements pulling back. No kill traded in exchange. Rek'Sai is so low. Here comes the Karma. Plugo in trouble, and he gets dropped down. At the end of the day, it's only a 1-for-1, but there's 4 members strong on the bottom side.
Yeah, but Karma's here now. That should be enough.
Turret set up. Su's still only level 3. Warzone clearing what he can. In goes the Alistair. They have to be careful. Shield coming out from the Karma.
Karma has no mana. So right now they can continue to do this. Karma has no mana. If Echo can get there on time, perhaps they can save the tower. But with how long this has been going for, Celebrities is getting far, far ahead.
I was going to say, the last time we saw a top Lucian in competitive, it did not look quite so good. But Celebrity with the quick roll change here as he spends a bit more time on the top side. Now, the gold unfortunately not moving in the favor of Saigon Jokers, and Celebrity seems determined to keep this frozen. Just wants to free farm up. And I mean, what do you think is the thought process here?
It's just dive versus passive farm, because the AD carry is not going to be there for the fight. That should be in favor of Chaos Latin Gaming, and it has been in favor of Gangplank, because not only has been, sure, he can't actually go topside with how far the wave is currently pushed in, but he's actually just been getting a lot of the kills from the dive that's been happening.
Yeah, of course, 22 to 35 doesn't look good in the CS department, but the 2 kills backing him up, I mean, it's pretty good in Element. Only 8 minutes in, and he's got 2 pieces of that Trinity Force. Now,
Plugo's in a good spot as well, because this was actually a poor matchup for him, but him having the ability to not only take down Karma with him. So Karma has to respond and actually look to roam around. But at the same time, he's getting himself some kills.
Oh, Warzone in trouble, trying to get something, but Plugo's going to grab that kill. Good gank pressure coming in. The Fox, though, he's in trouble, does get knocked off, and a Coling cuts down the Fox.
Now, this is actually worst case scenario for Kaos Latin Gaming. Because even though their two side lanes, or at least their two solo lanes are working well for them, Celebrity is so far ahead of the Fox that it's fantastic. He's level 7 to the Fox is level 5, and he has, of course, a massive CS advantage. Now they're actually looking to fight for the first tower of gold.
Maybe able to race it down here. 3 members versus 3. I think KMV are going to get this, or are they? Lucian going to have the opportunity to proc that double tap. It is a race for the first gold, and they're going to get it. Despite everything, Saigon Jokers even up the gold score after an incredibly chaotic first few moves.
Now, here's the question. Was it even trade? Because even though the gold value went over for Saigon Jokers, losing your mid tower means that you lose a lot of priority, especially since you are going up against the LeBlanc, able to roam out to both sides, and on top of that, at least now Julio Stito is going to be able to go into both sides of the jungler.
Julio Stito already been a pretty big threat onto Warzone in the mid lane with that successful gank, making sure that they could get that tower. Overall, though, the gold is dead even, and the question is, how will this control be used?
It actually even gives the Fox a little bit more of an opening.
Oh, Engage goes in, Gangplank ult comes down, but they're not even going to need it as KMV pick up that kill. Nice quick gank going in, and that's the control of mid lane you were talking about.
Yeah, exactly. Now it gives the Fox the opening, since he has such an wide open lane, to be able to farm up, at the very least, 2 free waves with that tower down. So sure, they lost first tower gold, but they actually opened up the map a lot more for them by gaining that mid tower, and it gives Sivir some time to herself.
Oh, Element going to get knocked back here, and here comes the cut down from Celebrity. They're going to make sure to burn through Element real quick here. Honestly, it's just been rinse and repeat onto these kills for Celebrity, but KMV are always getting something back, and just looking really solid right now for KMV.
Yeah, they're just trading back and forth, back and forth, back and forth on side turrets for kills. This game's pretty bloody. Not going to lie.
I mean, we almost got to kill a minute. We're 12 minutes in. We need 2 more kills in the next 30 seconds to balance that out. I don't think we're going to see it, but we'll see 2 more towers drop. The tier 1 on the top side is going to go down, and KMV moving into the Dragon Pit.
Now, Saigon Jokers, they have both side towers. This should be a great thing for them. They were only able to trade out 1 side tower and a mid tower for it, and a dragon. And it's an Earth Dragon at that. So it depends now on how these teams are able to use it. Kaos Latin Gaming should be on a better position, with LeBlanc having 1 more free wave to shove out in mid lane. She should actually be able to now protect both lanes. You can't protect this, though.
Element. Nice flash out to avoid the headbutt pulverized combo. But he's just going to leave. He knows he's going to get div. Except, oh, wait, here's the team there to back him up.
This should be a constant. Right now, Karma is so far down her lane to protect from this. Plugo will always have mid priority here, especially with Gragas.
Julio Cito trying to make his way in.
I don't know about that one.
Yeah, a little bold there.
He tried.
Maybe thought he had the flash on that body slam in, but
he checked a little bit. I was like, actually, I don't have flash.
All right, guess we're just going to throw the ult. Scares him.
Yeah, thought he can get the
Makes
flash
him
from Warzone.
nervous.
Realized Warzone also did not have flash. Either way, this should be a good position for Kaos Latin Gaming, even though they are even in turrets. They have a dragon up, and at the same time, mid priority rules overall, especially with a LeBlanc who can definitely swiftly move over.
Oh, Celebrity moving in into the Fox. Great situation to be in, but Bear more than happy to block that out. And this is the style that, Macau was talking about, is that all the resources are just being funneled into Celebrity. I mean, the man's got just a barrage of long swords.
He's just
he's a one-man armory at this point.
Definitely a wholesaler of long swords.
I don't know how that works with the guns thing, but I'm not here to question the League of Legends structure, but Sue is. Trying to knock down
He's
Bear. Celebrity in
definitely
trouble.
dead.
Celebrity now set to fall. Overextension coming in. Saigon Joker's a little too comfortable on the top side. Sue waiting for the team to back him up. Here comes Samhyun, but the teleport coming in as well. Ro, is he going to get the stun down? Looks like it. Nice start off to the fight. Warzone is right behind them, but here comes Plugo as well. Ro has to be careful now. May try to back off, leaping back, getting the third stack just to run to safety. Plugo knocked up. Plugo not going to get dropped down. He is, however, going to grab the kill onto Ro.
Bluego's got the rest. They can actually chase this down, but they choose not to. Oh, that's probably why.
That is probably why. Karma looking pretty strong right now. Nothing to burn down through that lineup. Plugo still staying on the front line. Getting cheeky with Samhyun and buying time as Gangplank starts to push up on the mid lane. But KMV have just been one step ahead this game.
Yeah, definitely. And that's because Saigon Jokers are playing too much down the line. For whatever reason, Celebrity did not have any HP, but he had about 30% HP. He probably realized that, hey, you know what? Oh, actually.
Oh, hi, Plugo. Would you like to pick up a kill on the Rek'Sai? I think yes.
I guess that's the
answer.
Definitely a yes. But yeah, Celebrity was trading HP, going for hard trades on the Fox for whatever reason, even though he knows KMV has full priority over mid. They can just walk in as a team and just go for a kill. So he definitely paid the iron price for it.
Yeah. Saigon Jokers looking to get this tower for free. Not looking to pay any price for it. However, it's not going to go over quite so easy. So paying the iron price may be the story as we get further into this game. But it's 15 minutes in, and there's a 2K gold lead in favor of KMV, as well as that Mountain Dragon. Celebrity continuing to be a strong point for the team, but may not get the opportunity to go in. Here comes the Echo. On the hunt now, Burns. Gotta respect the LeBlanc.
They're really looking to try and barrel down that turret. Have no reason to.
Oh, good barrel coming in. Celebrity suddenly caught in the middle of the team, and he's not going to make it out as the Plugo now on a rampage. The strongest member of Saigon cut down in an instant. Ro getting over-aggressive here, but the team is there to back him up. Does get the shield. Julio Stito moving forward, and KMV are cutting through Saigon Jokers. In comes the Gangplank element, not done yet. Fires one final shot before he dips on out, and KMV now with a 4K gold lead.
Yeah, that's just unadulterated aggression coming in from Saigon Jokers. No reason for it. They tried to somehow dive, but it must have been mixed calls because Alistar went in for a full headbutt combo without really any follow-up, which is good, but don't go in for the headbutt pulverize anyways. Don't even look for that trade. They should have just looked. They have side waves. They could have shoved them out and looked to decide to go in and crash on mid turret. But instead of that, they just went mid. Oh. And when they went and had their side wave pushes, they tried to push entirely to that tower. So right now, Saigon Jokers do not have the answer to how to deal with this mid priority coming in from Chaos Latin Gaming.
Now we'll take one more look at this fight, and you can just see how chaotic this became.
Yeah, so of course that engage is coming through, and Celebrity gets immediately blown up, and how much resources they put into Celebrity for him to just get Q ultied and autoed for that that proc of Thunderlords, just to completely delete him, really means a lot. And the rest of them will not be able to follow up.
Just a terrifying spot to be when the Lucian that you spent so much time farming up, when you gave so much across the map, just to have him deleted by the mid laner on the opposite side. And this LeBlanc is only getting stronger. 5-1-3 the score for Plugo. And 3-0-6 for Julio Stito in the jungle. It's a good look for KMV lineup, but the fight just continues here. Saigon Jokers, the unrelenting aggression. The Fox now set to fall. They are going to grab one kill, but Warzone knocked back into the tower and cut down. They're looking for more. Samhyun, the stacks are coming in. Ro on the backside looking for the stun. He is going to get it onto Element, but the immediate cleanse flash out. Gangplank eating the oranges to make sure it's K. Saigon Jokers, it does not matter how far behind they are. They're going to constantly look for these fights.
Exactly, and this is coming to a major cost to them. They can right now, Chaos Latin Gaming can still hold this tower. They still have Gangplank, Braum. It's going to be very difficult for them to do anything to this. Sure, they get the dragon, but they're losing a top tower for it. It's a Cloud Dragon.
Hey, 25 movement speed out of combat. We'll let them run faster to their inevitable aggressive attempts. Although Julio Stito maybe not willing to give this one up, and he's going to get it in the end. Ro goes over the wall. The fight continues, though. Has Julio Stito overstayed his welcome? Ro with the snapback. Coling coming in on the backside. Bear now set to fall, but it's his life for the Dragons and the tower on the top side. KMV once again coming out ahead.
Yeah, you know what? Even though I would not ask for you to look for a steal for it, he still gets it. I mean, it's at a cost of Bear's life, but that's a fair enough trade. And so now Plugo's just putting in extra autos. Chaos Latin Gaming are always in the proper position, and they've set up LeBlanc so well with that early on mid-tower take. where at that point Saigon Jokers didn't know what to do. They were either over pushing their side lanes and
Oh, no.
okay, well, goodbye.
Goodbye, Ro.
No, he's
He's ticking down. A little bit
Uh,
of... Oh,
Okay.
that's got to feel bad.
Yeah.
Plugo, he wanted the disrespect kill, needed to throw at least one more auto in there, but Corrupting Potion, really the hero for this Saigon Jokers lineup, as it does save the life. But Plugo unleashed this game, I think we can safely say. This man, so frequently caught in a deficit, but when he gets these leads...
And this was just pure disrespect. But LeBlanc is going topside. This is the only Saigon trade Saigon Jokers can make. And it wasn't even a good one. But they don't even get the trade. The steal coming through with Julio Stito. And they get Bear instead. They don't show the kill, but it happened.
No, Stito moving forward. Samyang just going to go over the wall. Trying to make his way out to safety, but KMV building the lead. Saigon Jokers honestly giving them far too many opportunities to find these fights. And a little too hungry for these individual kills. It's that see hero, kill hero mentality that often costs teams so much.
Yeah, it's turning into C tower, kill tower at this point. Because the only tower that is available to them, and the only real objective they feel like is really impactful and important, is this mid tower. So they just keep looking to form up, group up as 5, and look to take that tower, but they're not going to be able to do it unless if they actually have shove inside. So right now, Ro is pushing onto this side tower in the bottom side, which is really solid for him. He's not going to get as much damage down. Gangplank will be able to be there and match it. Could have gotten a bit of chip damage. Doesn't look for it.
Instead, decides to take the safe route and back off here. Bear spotted on this ward, and Ro going to get a little bit more CS. Down a decent margin as the Gangplank has finished the Maw. Things overall looking very grim for Saigon Jokers, but good for the hopes of KMV, who are still hungry for that first win.
See, but this is something Saigon Joker should have done a long time ago, and they're still not utilizing their strength. If Ro is shoving in that side lane, he knows Gangplank is going to be answering there. That's the time you die, but right now they're not actually using Echo properly.
Yeah, and that was 2/3 of Celebrity's health through a Karma Shield, even with the Athene's Unholy Grail, and honestly... We're only 20 minutes in, and things look very grim for Saigon Jokers. We needed some of those plays you're talking about in the early game, and we're just not getting them. Warzone?
They just need to start figuring out how to take down this tower. If Echo is going to constantly be in the bottom lane, either he looks to just auto that turret, or just walk mid. Look for that zoning opportunity, because he knows someone has to answer and take that wave. But right now, he's in a position. The Saigon Jokers are in a position where they're constantly forming up mid, just for Plugo to hit them, smack them down.
Yeah, Plugo, the one-man wrecking crew here. That lead built by Julio Stito's presence in the mid lane and a little bit of Warzone's over-aggression. But now that he's got it, looks absolutely terrifying. Has the CS lead, has the 5 kills, has the tower advantage, the Cloud Drake, just to ferry him to destruction that much sooner. Fox getting aggressed on Celebrity. He does still do a lot of damage, but Braum blocking up what he can. The aggression coming in. Gangplank ult on the backside, but it is not enough as they manage to pick up a kill. Good start for Saigon Jokers, finding the pick in the jungle.
Yeah, that could just be something they go back to repeatedly. The Fox has been in a bad position constantly.
Plugo. Not going to get the kill on the Celebrity. May cost him his life as well. Celebrity dashes forward, but it's Ro who's going to grab the kill.
Yeah, amazing shutdown there. He tried to get the last Ian, the chain, to kill Celebrity. Didn't get it. Of course, risks his life for it. Now, finally, the tower is taken down by Saigon Jokers.
Barreling down on this one. The Gangplank ult not going to connect onto anything, and they're moving forward rather than the barrel shot. But now Ro is on the front lines. They're looking for more. Saigon Jokers are fearless. The bear is caught up and knocked down. Celebrity is untouched on the backside. Sivir is barreling into the fight, but it's too little too late as Saigon Jokers look to bring the gold back.
Yeah, the Fox's positioning throughout this entire game has been really questionable, making it a little easier for Saigon Jokers to get some chip damage on the mid tower. There were a few times, even in that mid lane, one pick that happened on the Fox's Sivir. He just needs to watch out. Now the game is swiftly out of their major focus. They don't have the mid tower to really fall back on. So the Plugo and the Fox have to play a little smarter.
Yeah, Plugo's still hungry for blood. It's going to be easier, of course, for him to grab those kills as he has finished the death cap. But also has to be careful. If he doesn't kill that Lucian, it's going to be pretty easy for the Lucian to cut him right down. He's got the Coling, he's got the Black Cleaver, and the Yomu's Ghostblade. So really big point of power here for the Saigon Jokers. Additionally, and almost surprisingly, Samyan doing really well for himself this game. Has the Tiamat as well as these 2 tank items. Should be a big threat. Although Plugo not afraid to go toe-to-toe here. You can see what the magic resist is doing for Samyan's survivability.
Exactly. He could have definitely gotten popped. He's going to be able to heal up. Just has to go towards it. 1 camp. Get the passive going for himself. Suzak guard.
Not scared. Backing off, though. Does not see the ward go down. Does throw down the pink in the end, though. We'll spot it out and clear it out.
So this is good from Chaos Latin Gaming. They do have priority and positioning on this dragon.
Oh, Celebrity in trouble. He goes backwards, but the Gragas takes him out, and he's just going to colt down the front line. Bear blocks what he can, but the Rek'Sai is a bit too tanky. Rogue, too far forward, is just going to snap back. KMV hungry to make a play, but Saigon very aware of it. Just back off.
They should be able to take this dragon or the fight.
Dragon dropping lower and lower. Echo ready to go in at a moment's notice. Has to be careful. Have to respect it. Infernal dropping. Su goes forward. Samyan keeping the chain CC down. Celebrity's on the back side. LeBlanc deletes 1 member, but what damage does she have left as Celebrity dashes forward? Shots coming out. Turns invisible for a moment. Deletes him.
Ooh.
And in an instant, the double kill for Plugo. Does he want to keep the highlight reel rolling? It looks like the answer is yes, but he misses the chains when they matter most. And the shutdown comes in from Warzone.
So that was a good fight from Saigon Jokers. They end up losing the dragon, obviously, but definitely needed. Right now, the Fox needs to make his life a little bit easier or harder to take because he was just sitting in that Echo slow for an eternity and thought he could spell shield Alistair's headbutt pulp. You can't do it.
Not going to happen. That's 2 spells. It's just not going to happen. Unfortunate, of course, for KMV. Not really wanting to lose out on that team fight. The gold lead continuing to shrink. Still 2K in their favor, of course. They fancy themselves a little bit of Earth, Wind, and Fire here. And to be honest, who doesn't?
Good question.
But a solid situation for KMV thus far. They need to tighten it up a little bit as they move forward because Saigon Jokers are clearly unrelenting. They have no intention of stopping these fights anytime soon. KMV need to play a little bit more proactively, and as you said, a lot of that is on the Fox. Unfortunate circumstance.
Yeah, exactly. So right now he's just farming himself up. Storm has a crit cloak, so ooh.
Alistair hungry for blood. Not going to find anything, but now we're waiting. What is the next move for both these teams? It feels like Saigon still so hungry to play around mid, and Celebrity taking a lot less damage there.
Yeah, KLG right now, they're in a position where they do want the Fox to get the every wave coming forward. He's actually fairly close towards his IE. If he can get it, then they can now rely on him for the incoming damage and not so heavily on Plugo and Elements. At that point, they can then group up forward towards Baron and start setting up properly because they do have positioning.
Oh, Samyan moving forward, making sure Plugo does not feel comfortable to leap into the back lines.
Sending 3 men up top.
No vision coming down here. May just be able to burn through this tower before there can be any response. Saigon Jokers are now on the move up. No tunnels to ferry Rek'Sai in.
Oh, they are committing to this fight. TP coming down on Echo.
Oh, we'll get him a little bit closer on the hunt. Burn to try to ferry KMV to safety, but Samyan is hungry for blood. Su is on the backside. Alistair, Unbreakable Will, knocks up the Sivir. The spell shield's not enough. They're looking for blood, but the team isn't here yet. The Fox is so low. In goes the Gragas cast, but it's just delivering them to Sivir as she once again gets cut down. Celebrity on the front lines, trying to duck out on the Plugo. Plugo blocking what he can with the clone. Good use there as he comes through, but it is an absolute bloodbath here. It is Chaos. Celebrity weaving the auto attacks, ducking out on the damage from the gangplank. Echo, unafraid, is moving forward. The Plugo is still alive, still looking for a way into the back line. The chains fails to connect. 2 for 1 so far in the favor of KMV as Warzone is cut down.
That was interesting. Celebrity could have definitely gotten an auto attack on Suliosito when he eat in, but he was just too afraid. There were 2 people on him, and they're still there.
Plugo wants it. He's not going to get it. Celebrity taking that one away. Overextend from the mid laner on KMV.
That's when you smell blood. Couldn't get the kill and even out the gold in terms of that. But you know what? KLG, they still get the positive off that. They got the tower and even up the fight.
At the end of the day, we look at this 3K gold lead once again in the favor of KMV. The turret ferrying that, the kills balancing out in the end. Things still looking good. And Raz, normally I feel like I have a good grasp on who is winning a game. And as we look at this replay, you can see it might be KMV, but it's closer
Yeah, Bear really played that out incredibly well, knew that they were getting chased down. His Braum ulti really did isolate Hanyan and Alistar, so they can actually focus fire them down. Now, Celebrity could have definitely got an auto attack there with his E going through. But, of course, through Gangplank and Braum, he was definitely intimidated.
And you can see, honestly think, oh, no, moving forward. We're going to have to wait to see what I honestly think.
I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure what I honestly think anymore.
I don't know either, Raz. So frequently, like I said, you know who's winning. I mean, the gold tells us. The dragon tells us who's winning. Yet, Saigon Jokers keep going even in these fights, and I don't really understand how it's happening. LeBlanc continues to get scarier. Celebrity's scoreline continues to be lackluster, but he's continuing to put out insane amount of damage in these fights.
That's the tale of both 80 carries here up until this point, and it looks like LG's focus is just the tower.
Zorgan down the tower, Warzone in trouble, leaping forward. The Proto Belt comes out. Gragas with an aggressive build, but Celebrity is just culling down the backside, and they cannot cut through the Rek'Sai fast enough. Warzone drops. Celebrity still dishing out damage, but he's not able to close anyone out quite yet. Samyeon with another knock-up row, moving forward, looking for more. He finally cuts down the Fox. Celebrity still left untouched as he launches to look for more damage. Row moving in. There's low health bar. Celebrity cut down. Good flank from the Plugo coming in. KMV are taking control, but Row isn't done yet. Wants to leap forward. The Bear is low. He is going to get dropped down, and at the end of the day, it is a 3-for-3.
Yeah, and Rowe definitely could not follow up off of that. He did not have any more mana. So that was really scary. Celebrity comes up, seeing if he can try and flank off with a Asolution. Gets immediately blown away. This has just been a bad day for him, especially with how many resources have come through him alone. Chaos Latin Gaming, they had the positioning. They got the early tower, tried to burst down Warzone, and the rest of Saigon Jokers tried to collapse, and not at a benefit for them.
And it feels like just moments ago I was talking about wanting a kill a minute, and now we're well past that point. 39 kills in the game, only 30 minutes in. The constant barrage of team fights. Hanyan, unscared, knows that he's a strong member of the team, is looking to take this red buff. The Fox not going to get that one. Should just be a quick tunnel over the wall as he makes it out to safety. Dragon now started. We've seen Julio Stito steal one this game. Maybe looking to get his hands.
Yeah, pull that out one this time round. So he actually has to work for it. He's going to try still, though. But they're going to get this fight.
Nice headbutt pulverized. They're looking to get aggressive. Plugo knocked up and taken down. This is bad for KMV. Rowe is in the backside, but he's going to be able to snap back to his team and to safety. The Fox already slowed up. In comes the Gangplank. Alt Barrage looking for more. Sue on the front line. Fox knocked up. Element knocked up. Warzone moving in, trying to ferry the tanky members of his team into the back line. Rek'Sai backing off. Celebrity is slain Baron. Now he's making his way into the mid lane, and that is a massive swing in the favor of Saigon.
Yes, Saigon Jokers definitely have Chaos Latin Gaming downloaded. They know exactly what they were trying to do. They pulled out the dragon and knew that Julio Stito was going to go for it anyways. He's going to try and E over that wall. And of course, the moment he does it with his friends, they just headbutt pulverize. And Sue really did take over that fight from the start to the end. Every time it was off cooldown, he was getting multiple headbutt pulverize cooldowns going off of him. So really solid team fights from Saigon Jokers. Really pulled Chaos Latin Gaming in for no reason. They really didn't have to pick that fight, but they did. They tried to take down that dragon.
The lust for blood from both these teams is almost palpable.
That's when you have fought so much in one game that you just know your opponent way too well.
All they know is war. There is nothing left for these two teams.
I mean, Warzone is just every single time you play. It's funny that he's named Warzone. It's literally every time.
And aptly named. I feel like their team. You got some good names.
Yeah.
Celebrity demands all the attention. That's fair.
There we go.
Warzone constantly trying to kill things.
Yeah, everything's a Warzone to him.
It's just destruction all around.
Can't really make anything off of Sue, Hanyan, and Ro,
no,
but you could try.
But two. we got two.
Yeah.
Looking less like jokers and more like soldiers. Look at the amount of time they spend fighting. Honestly, now as we look at the game, the gold is about evened up. The Dragon's still in the favor of KMV. The Tower's still in their favor as well, but only about a 1K difference between these teams as we approach the 33-minute mark.
It's a massive wave forming up into the bottom lane, so they're just going to look to stack up on it. Chaos Latin Gaming have caught up on this idea, so they're definitely going to try and protect this. They're going to be in position. Ro, on the other hand, has a mind of his own. They're going to be trying to go with this mid tower. So Saigon Joker should not be looking to get a fight here. Should just back away. and let Ro do his thing.
And they are backing away. Saw Su move forward like, I'm ready to go.
He was positioned so incredibly far forward that was really a bad positioning for him. If they got caught out guard here in a 4v5.
Oh, Julio Stito moves forward. Celebrity knocked back to the team, but he's just going to dash out. There is no follow-up. A good interrupt coming in for Su means Julio Stito is in no man's land, but Samyan is going to make it out. Moving forward, Su gets popped. Ro now in trouble, is going to snap back out of the fight and into the mid lane to keep the push going. KMV getting cold down as Celebrity just does too much damage. The spell shield buying enough health, but Celebrity grabbing one kill, looking for more. Moving forward as Echo takes down the mid lane tower, and Saigon Jokers out of nowhere are in control of this game.
The one time Celebrity does not get focus fire down in the early part of the team fight, they end up winning out. Now that was really, really scary for them. They had a great positioning mid. They didn't need to start up that fight, Saigon Jokers, but they got engaged on, and it worked out well for them anyways.
Julio dash forward, uses the proto belt, may not be enough. Celebrity running for his life. Plugo trying to pop Warzone, but Warzone is going to make it out. Celebrity be playing smart, trying to dodge out on the barrel. Samyan trying to buy time for the team. Celebrity continuing to cut down members. That's the shutdown. Plugo still alive and well, however.
7-4-12. He's definitely got himself back into the game with how many kills he's gotten. Able to outplay, but Plugo's got his number.
In comes the TP. Plugo doesn't know what he wants to do. He really wants to kill Celebrity. And Warzone's on the way in looking for the snare. Snap. Ooh, okay. Clever. Fancy footwork coming in for Plugo. Celebrity running into Cole down. Clone going to make sure to block a bit of that damage. LeBlanc saved by the passive there.
Now because of that, they're going to be able to shove right in and try to take these turrets down. Already Rose working on this inhib.
And it feels like Saigon Jokers wanted to play a game all about kills. And KMV, while they started with a smarter plan, have just been sucked in. Ro now moving forward. One inhibitor down, looking for a second. Ro just going to get out of there. Su slaps the ground. Celebrity looking to slap the Fox and moving in. Celebrity now pops instantly. Fox finally grabbing a return kill. Su trying to make his way out. Does use the Unbreakable Will in the end, but Warzone is running for his life. Ro just wants one more inhibitor, wants one more shot, and he's going to make... Going to make his grave worth something as they back away. Warzone slowed up. Julio Stito on the way in, but that is a hard karma to catch, and there's a Rek'Sai moving into backup. Julio Stito...
He's definitely going to body slam and Q slow. No, doesn't have it. They're just going to run it right down mid lane. Try and get this inhib off of it.
There's a massive wave building on the top side, and they have to be careful. They're going to have to respect these supers. And the ZZ Rot. When did that even happen?
I don't even. We've just lost track of our
literally,
lives
you know what? You take a break. I'll just play by play the rest of this game because it's just nonstop violence.
It really is. So they're able to get this inhib. They have to back away. Death timers are coming out. Cannot hope to get anything more. There we go.
All right. For one brief moment, ladies and gentlemen, the map has reset.
The Saigon Jokers definitely lost out on that when they actually had a major shove. They could have actually not only got the two inhibs, either back away and buy or go back, or just try again for the top side turret. But Celebrity, with how aggressive he's been playing, flash ease in and get CC'd and bursted down by LeBlanc. That's when you're a little bit too aggressive.
Just stole blue buff.
Oh, there we go.
Which is going to be tough now for Plugo because he only has the one main item in the Morellonomicon.
Now we're starting to get the major neutral objectives out here. How's Dragon spawns? Baron's going to spawn in 2 minutes. These teams are definitely going to be able to peel back for it, and Saigon Jokers are going to be in a better position. Not only do they have control of the map,
Plugo out of nowhere.
Oh my god.
It's funny because it's always Plugo, and he's always the only person, and he always just leaps forward to get damage. But now the fight is on. Plugo looking to connect a few abilities, but doesn't get too much damage. Hanyan is in trouble as Ro is into the backline, trying to kill the Fox, but not too successful yet. Stunned up and cut down before he can use the snapback. Su is now in trouble. Celebrity is still alive, but he is having to run. He does manage to grab the tower. Hanyan trying to use the tunnel network to dodge out. Will miss out on the back half of that boomerang blade. Plugo ready to move in. Warzone. And Celebrity backing off. An unlikely support duo. 80 carry, dodging what he can. Celebrity going to get cut down here or not. Bear jumps forward. There's one stack of the concussive blows on him, but it's not enough. Plugo waiting off into the side. He's trying to look to keep the ball rolling here.
Hanyan is back in. This is incredible. Chaos Latin Game actually had a major advantage for themselves. Plugo puts himself in an unneeded position. They could have honestly just walked towards Baron, get vision on it, and just try and look for it. But right now, Lucian is honestly taking all opponents.
On the hunt, Burn. Celebrity dashing back. Has to respect the Sivir, though. We're at that 4-item threshold.
Yeah, definitely. It does have his moral reminder. It does have his IE.
Is back. Round 2, ladies and gentlemen.
Sivir's going to be doing a lot of damage.
You can almost hear the bell ding as Plugo leaps forward for a little bit more, but he's going to get knocked up. Fox using the spell shield to keep him safe, but Gragas is on the back half. Shutdown comes in onto the Sivir. Julio Stito missed the memo because the rest of the team is out of there, and he's left in no man's land. Plugo over the wall. Samyan trying to track down the LeBlanc. Alistair looking for the headbutt. Polv. The rest of Saigon Jokers running it down the top side.
Now, Baron's up, but they're definitely going to be looking for this tower. Rowe has a lot of HP. He's going to definitely be able to tank it. They might look to siege on this, and here we go.
Oh, moving in. Sue trying to get something. Pulls back.
Every time a headbutt pulverized combos come out of Sue, he has burned to flash from this team.
And Plugo taking so much damage. Looks a little bit, oh, fine, goes in. Sue taking so much, does use the Unbreakable Will. Element now in trouble. Flash forward, Culling comes in. Bear blocks what he can. Will they be able to get the stun? Yes, onto Element. Rowe trying to get more, snaps back, pulls back. Celebrity now on a killing spree, leaping forward. Reckless, abandoned, but Celebrity does not care. But he is going to drop, or is he? Celebrity does get popped, but at the end of the day, it's a triple kill for the fearless 80 carry on the side of the Saigon Jokers, and the blood just keeps spilling.
There's no damage on Saigon Joker's side. Plugo has full mana. Can definitely look to chase this down, but he has to worry about these minions. 3 inhibs down.
KMV were set to win this game. Saigon Jokers took insane risks to give farm to Celebrity in the early game, but you can see that it was well worth it.
Yeah.
As he is making a montage here with the hopes and dreams of KMV.
I have to question now what his teammates are thinking, because they're really wondering, is it well worth it? He's kind of throwing himself and getting himself killed for free. Then other opportunities, he's just getting 1v3 triple kills. He's just going in. There is no stop sign. He has a Bloodthirster on top of it. Not only does he have a IE Bloodthirster and a Malmortius, so the burst damage coming down, he can not only tank that, but then, of course, heal right back up. So you have to burst him down. You have to kill him. The Mortal Reminder is really, really solid because you do need to get that. You need to stop him from healing up. Because he can tank and continue to press forward if the initial burst from Plugo, the initial burst from Elements, does not end up killing him.
And this is... You see Julio Stito hand on his head. He's so frustrated because it started so good. They got pulled into the bloodlust. They got baited into these fights, and Saigon Jokers have simply been out executing. Baron does not manage to get it. Julio Stito goes in, but it's going to cost him his life, and now the fight has begun. Alistair leaping back to the team, using the Gragas as a taxi. Colin coming down, Bear blocking what he can. Plugo's on the backside, but he's only hitting the Alistair.
Celebrity!
Have you overextended? The Ignite is ticking down. Snap back, uses the Mikhail's Crucible. The Fox in trouble, backing away. Such low health bars. Celebrity holding on to that heal. Samyan fighting
doesn't stop.
Plugo. Raz, you'll get to talk, I swear. Moving for more. Samyan taking a decent amount of damage is just going to be able to back off. TP is coming in. ZZ Rot Portal is laid down, and Warzone is suddenly in the mid lane. Why do I feel like this might still not be Saigon Joker's game?
That's a good question. It's a feeling I share.
Tricky barrel play coming in from Element. KMV holding on to hope here as we approach the 45-minute mark. Element takes so much damage. Celebrity absolutely terrifying. Plugo with the potential to pop him in an instant.
They can definitely look to get both these inhibs once again. Saigon Jokers are in a position, again, to finish the game. So Celebrity, he has heal, doesn't have flash. Might be a good thing. Now he has to actually play Tempered.
They're in position for one more fight, or so it would appear. Echo consistently throwing out the parallel convergence. Third inhibitor now falling. On the hunt, Burns. Both teams backing away. Gragas moving forward. Maybe looking for an opportunity to engage. Unbreakable Will is going to be popped. Cannon Barrage goes in. Row with a great double stun. Warzone
Really
still on the
well
backside
done.
with Celebrity. Colin coming in, keeping the fight going. The Rek'Sai getting
Celebrity
cut down.
got caught.
Celebrity shut down. One shot, one kill from the gangplank. KMV holding on to hope in that exchange.
Julio Stito's positioning there was excellent. There was no opportunity for Celebrity to walk in because Julio Stito was right in the middle between Celebrity and the rest of his team. So while Saigon Jokers once again engaged, they didn't get a look at the setting of the team fight. So, of course, when Celebrity actually looked to walk in, Julio Stito went for that body slam, ultied right into the middle of his team, and got that shutdown. Celebrity had no follow-up damage going forward. He simply could not damage anyone. He didn't have his ulti up. And so if he doesn't have his ulti up, he has to commit. And he simply could not do that.
Elder Dragon now on the board for KMV. They're going to be able to cut this one down quick, and with the 3 dragons already backing them up, this will be a huge boon to their team fighting power. Is going to drop in their favor. Warzone getting cheeky, poking out the Plugo here. Plugo going to be able to walk away.
A lot of damage coming out of Saigon Jokers. They just need to actually play backwards. They can't look to dive in. They simply cannot unless if they are in a good position. So let's just take a second look at this. Of course, Sue uses ulti, and they look for an all-in engage. Warzone and Celebrity legitimately are being zoned out by Gragas and the Gangplank ulti. So that was a really poor re-engage from Saigon Jokers. They really needed to look to peel back, and they had all the reason to with how many inhibs that were down. They simply just need to play a patient game. That's just been the story for Saigon Jokers throughout the entire tournament. When they have the lead, you can simply sit on it.
No, Raz. No, you can't. You have to kill people.
You just have to kill them. What are these guns used for?
Oh, Julio Stito potentially caught. This could be massive. Celebrity trying to cut him down, but he is incredibly tanky. Thornmail, a massive boon. Lucian, no armor penetration items. Out. Oh, he's full crit build now.
Okay. All right.
He sold the Black Cleaver Yomus.
I mean, he has the gold. It's much better this time around. Once the game goes on for this long, to then have a lot of crit. It's just inefficient gold-wise, but when gold is not a thing anymore...
Oh, gold is no longer a thing for him.
Yeah, then he can just definitely reinvest his right into crit.
Plugo poking down row. Randuin's burned as if to say, don't chase me.
Ooh. See, that's what happens when Sivir has a lot of damage. When he has a lot of crit, she's able... The bouncing, the ricochet... 100% will do damage in and of itself. Doesn't have to actually be there.
Bounce crits, all bounces crit. Truly terrifying to play against. The Critichet.
And that's the most threatening thing for Celebrity right now. The most threatening thing could be, of course, Elements in his barrels. That right there, that's pretty threatening. Warzone has no HP.
On the Hunt burned. Defiance burned as well.
So yeah, not only is Gangplank threatening, the burst from LeBlanc is threatening, but at the same time, you don't even have to get damaged by a Sivir auto attack. You just have to get damaged by a ricochet going through certain minions or certain tanks that'll get straight towards you. So Saigon Jokers definitely got outscaled at this point in the game, and they need to be able to take fights, and it's hard to take fights. They've gotten to a position where they have taken all inhibs, and Chaos Latin Gaming have all the reason to group up in their since they're all together in the base. It comes down to shepherding as many super minions as you possibly can.
They're shepherding one right now. He's low health. He'll probably die.
Yeah, 100%. It's a dead one.
3K gold lead doesn't mean anything because gold, for the most part, is irrelevant this late in the game. We're 47 minutes in, ladies and gentlemen, and Saigon begin another siege onto the base of Chaos Latin Gamers.
They really need to separate Row from the rest of the team.
Oh, Julio Stito getting a little over-aggressive there, taking a lot of damage in response. Alt coming in. They got to keep their eyes on the Gangplank, though. Barrel chain, that's so much damage. The Fox now on the front line, but he's overstayed his welcome. One more misposition from the Fox. Snapback from Echo. Row set to fall. The GA ticking down. Celebrity untouched. Unstoppable at this stage. Row now jumping forward as the Fox is down. The Bear is down as well. That's 2 members dropped for 1.
What was...
Celebrity flash out.
All right. Well, through the fire and the flames,
Yeah.
Chaos Latin Gaming.
That's an appropriate song
Carry on.
to describe this game.
It really is. Love the fact that I thought of it. But, yeah, the Fox, what was he doing there? Well, I don't even want to see a replay. I really don't. If we end up seeing this replay of the Fox walking in through his front tank line, I'd be upset.
Patience has been not a factor here. All 3 inhibitors are dropping right as the mid one comes up. So no
right now,
wave to
Chaos
spawn.
Line Gaming need to protect these inhibs, but they don't have the resources to do so. The Sivir and Bear is down, so right now they need to play patient. They can't force a fight. Definitely not an uneven number.
Yeah, Plugo and Celebrity flirting with disaster as each one of them
we're gonna see it anyways.
shot the other.
So right now, Ro should have been split pushing this bottom lane, but it doesn't matter. This 5v5 is going to be happening. The Fox smells blood, walks forward, flashes forward, of course gets headbutt pulverized and locked down. He flashed forward away from his tank line. So then they don't have any damage. The rest of the damage is simply just Plugo. So, of course, Celebrity now sees an opening to walk in, do as much damage as possible, and that's just the result. The Fox needs to play behind his tank line. Or at least play behind your LeBlanc. Let the LeBlanc do the work. He can actually just decide to use his W to do the damage. It's literally what it is. All right. Chaos Light and Gaming are definitely going to be able to look to see if they can fight here, but 3 inhibs down and a Baron buff. This has to be it for Saigon Jokers. Of course, they will lose these 5v5 fights if Chaos Latin Gaming play it properly. But if they split up, Chaos Latin Gaming, if Saigon Jokers, if Ro goes towards bottom lane, if Rek'Sai is top side and the rest of the team is mid, they can actually just shepherd these lanes in properly and not take the full-on brute force poke from Gangplank.
A lot of damage going down. Gangplank not struggling too much to clear these waves. Su getting a little cheeky here. On the hunt now, Burn. Su potentially caught out. Coling comes down along the backside. Samyeon looking for the knockup. Is just going to leap out. Ro moving in. Potentially a bad fight here. But Saigon Jokers, that's the 3-man knockup. They're looking for more. Ro leaping forward into the middle of the team. Is going to snap back. Celebrity unable to do damage. Minions barreling in. Minions cutting down the base. This could be the last stand for KMV. Are they going to be able to turn it? Ro is so low. Celebrity still alive and healthy. Celebrity still not phased. Hanyan consistently on the front line. Julio Stito, he's going to get caught up. He's going to get cut down. GA ticking. LeBlanc looking for a way into the back line. Warzone helping Celebrity leap forward. That's 2 inhibitors down. They have to cake him down. They do.
Down.
They cut down the Lucian. They're moving forward. Element looking to bring them back into this game. Is he going to get it? There's 1 kill, 2 kills, 3 dropping for the 1 on the side. But the super minions are barreling in. Karma and Echo are just going to back away. And KMV hold on one more time.
Oh my god. And honestly, Saigon Joker should not have won that fight. They tried to go in for another 5v5, but the super minions came in at a perfect time. Were able to take aggro coming from Chaos Latin Gaming, because if they didn't aggro onto the actual waves crashing in, then they would have lost their towers, simple and clean. So that was the opening for Saigon Jokers to walk in once again, but then Celebrity was left alone with LeBlanc once again. Great from Plugo, state of mind to be able to delete Celebrity, who was healing back up every single time. Every single time he was brought down low, he of course used his Bloodthirsters throughout the entire fight to heal right straight back up, and now he can actually use Sheen procs on top of his crit because he has a Trinity Force.
It's 6 items here for both AD carries, and none of those items are boots.
Or GAs.
Or GAs.
GAs would have been pretty nice for them right about now.
No, damage is the answer. Damage and flashing past your tank line, Raz. There's nothing else.
Only destruction.
An insanely close game here. KMV still really need to pick up this first win. Saigon Jokers trying to make a statement.
I'm actually surprised I don't see more Zerat's portals coming from Chaos Line Gaming. They really do need more force to be able to shoot these waves right back at Saigon Jokers.
Yeah, this is the point in the game where you sell an item, buy a ZZ Rock, place it, and sell it again.
They do need more.
Item.
Right now, top lane is going to be crashing in. Mid lane is going to be crashing in. They have a lot of waves going to be crashing in on Chaos Latin Gaming. And Saigon Jokers, if they're smart here, they can run in with these waves. They can really use them and not look to force this fight, because Chaos Latin Gaming have gotten to a point where they can actually fight them.
Chaos moving forward. Gangplank, Cannon Barrage coming down. Celebrity zoned away from the fight. Su and Hanyan in trouble. Sivir doing a lot of damage to this Rek'Sai. Hanyan has to be careful. is just going to leap over the wall.
They actually could not fully commit. Rowe was looking to threaten the Nexus itself. So they're trying to play a smarter game here. Now they have to deal with these super minions. Rek'Sai's right back.
CZ Route Portal buying them a little bit of time here on the bottom side. This inhibitor now set to respawn. Will do so. Julio Stito isolated and alone. Keep your eyes. Alistar goes in, not going to have the ult, and is just going to get cut down. Hanyan moving forward, Rowe moving forward. Celebrity still untouched, but I don't know if he's going to be enough as they continue to move forward, continue to look for more. Hanyan knocked back as Plugo goes legendary, and the inhibitor will be up, but it is not enough for KMV to step forward. They have to protect their Nexus. They have to protect the base. Elder Dragon just 18 seconds away.
That was a really good Braum ulti from Bear to really separate the rest of Saigon Jokers. Alistar had no business to be headbutt pulverizing, but he's just been doing it off a cooldown. Every single time is up, and looks like Julio Stito is... Oh, there we go.
Running away. I thought it was the old wait and bait, but Gragas has a lot of armor.
Yep.
Lucian has no armor penetration, so it's the one person Celebrity didn't want to see in that bush.
I mean, he can take him on 1v1, but he definitely did not know where the rest of the team were. He's going to be trying for something.
It's a game of hide and seek here on the bottom side. They're trying to bait for the Elder Dragon.
TP coming in. They're going for the Nexus.
Oh, going for the back door. But wait, there's 3 inhibitors up. They're going to have to cut this one down quick, but Warzone is on the way in as well. The backs are coming in. They're trying to buy time. Saigon Jokers, they're going to get the inhibitor for free. Warzone now moving out. Celebrity now waiting in the wings on the bottom side. The Fox burns the ult. Celebrity dashed away. And ooh, cut down. That's the late game Sivir scaling they were waiting for. Fox with a bit of revenge.
That's a bit interesting. Now they have to look to defend now that they don't have Celebrity. They tried to just go for the inhibs and then back away, perhaps. I would have thought they would have go inhib and then Nexus, but it looks
not going to end.
It's just a constant
These are
game.
coming out. Alistar may be looking to cancel them. You can't see it, but you can see Alistar on the top side of your screen.
It's smart simply because they're stopping Chaos Latin Gaming from walking forward, from getting an inhib. They simply could not get an inhib because they have to protect 3 of their own.
As a caster from Europe, I have lived this before, Raz.
Oh, welcome.
I want to welcome you to the late game struggles of closing the game when everyone is 6 items. This is 55 minutes in. This is every single member of both teams at 6 items. Supports included. Well, except for Braum, interestingly enough.
Yeah. He's trucking along trying to get his last Zerat's portal. Definitely needed at this point in the game.
Gangplank has 2 Infinity Edges. Yep.
Sometimes you need a 3rd Infinity Edge. He's doing a lot of crit. It's definitely 100% by now with that Phantom Dancer. So every barrel that comes through, it's going to be doing a lot of damage. If you're Celebrity, if you're Warzone, if you're anybody, honestly, you're going to be destroyed by it. So we're seeing a lot of... Looks like we're going to... They're just trying to farm up, perhaps, up until the point where they can...
What are they farming for? Raz, enlighten me.
Well, let me lay down a fact for you, buddy. Braum still needs to farm, buddy. You know, he needs to get to his... No, but honestly, they're just trying to shove waves desperately. Saigon Jokers, they do have the inner...
Celebrity finally buying armor pen. The fight now poised to break out. Julio Stito moving forward, trying to steal his Baron, but it's got way too much health for him to make an impact. Celebrity throws down the culling. The team fight is breaking out. Rowe dishing out a decent amount of damage. Bear blocking the front lines. The value of that Braum shield is insane. Samyan getting cut down. Element now on a rampage. Alistar set to fall. Celebrity is overstepped. That's the double kill for the Gangplank. He's looking to double down as he tries to make it 3, but the Fox is going to grab that one.
And they're walking straight towards this inhib, trying to pull Chaos Light and Gaming away from their actual base.
They're buying time. Warzone moving in to break the inhibitor.
Is he just going for the Nexus?
What is he doing?
He's trying to go for the Nexus.
He's going for the Nexus. There's a TP coming. Gangplank's on the way. Warzone trying to make the hero play. Is this going to be enough? There's so many members. Warzone, will you be the ex-Paco? It doesn't look like it, but you will get popped.
They left the Fox. This is smart. So they just left him to actually clear this base. There is 48 seconds on Celebrity. They can actually just end the game. He's actually shepherding in a wave. And he does a lot of damage.
36, 35, and counting down. The Fox should be able to solo close this one out. I think this is going to be the game.
Yeah.
Chaos Latin Gamers and the most hard-fought victory we have ever seen are now poised to close out. On the hunt burned. The team is on the way in. This should be it. Towers chipping away. Yep.
They really clawed their way back into this one. They had the team fight composition. They've got Sivir to that 600 CS point in the game where they can actually just honestly burst them down. Burst anyone. Burst down the tank.
And that's going to be it, ladies and gentlemen. You just witnessed a massive bloodbath, an absolute slugfest. But at the end of the day, that's what it took for Chaos Latin Gamers to find a win. And they're taking it, I would say, with smiles on their faces. But they honestly just look overwhelmed by the insanity that was that game.
They just want to try and not think about the game. I mean, they got the win, so let's try to think about the standings for them. Nice, the first win for them. Yeah.
1-6 to close out the group stage. Not right where you want to be, but happy to make an impact on the standings.
And it really is just an experience for both teams here in Saigon Jokers and Chaos Latin Gaming. They came here ill-prepared, but at the same time, they came here all they wanted to do. Well, sure, they wanted to get the Worlds, but being able to now go back to the region, realize that there's still a lot to work on as a team, but also at the same time, the staff as well, to just kind of figure out what went wrong throughout this tournament. What did they come in with? What did they prepare? And what did they miss out on? Because there was a lot. And as we look into the replay, it just came down to the fact that Chaos Latin Gaming, once time and time again, were able to look for the team fights that worked out well for them.
I think when we look back on these replays, we can see the insane mechanical execution coming in from a lot of these players and the large amount of mistakes coming in as well. This was a messy and bloody game. At the end of the day, it's a win that KMV can be happy with, but maybe not one they can be proud of. Had the strong early lead, threw it away once or twice to Saigon Jokers.
Yeah, exactly. And it just, honestly, the Fox, once he started to find himself in the proper position, and it just came down to, sure, Hanyan tried to go in for flanks, but at this point in the game, he was just not tanky enough. There was no identity of tanky enough, because Su and Hanyan, they were just getting bursted down by this backline in Chaos Latin Gaming. And once the Fox was able to deal with their backline and move forward, then that was the problem Saigon Jokers had to work with Celebrity. There were times where he was getting zoned out, and times that he was simply not able to deal with the damage coming in from Gangplank, but 100% can't deal with the barrel coming in.
Yeah, Pop Goes Dilution
Yeah.
appeared to be the story of those late game fights. You're going to see them unfold on your screen. I am overwhelmed by this game.
You're not the only one.
This was insanity, and I think that is the only thing we can safely describe it as.
I mean, here's the thing. Saigon Joker's a team that they can get their leads off of these skirmishes, off these team fights, but they actually lose it quite frequently, where they could have gotten this game if they had simply decided to put Row on another lane entirely. Once they gotten 2 inhibs, once they had the Baron buff, there's no reason to 5v5 anymore. There really isn't. You can pull numbers games, but they've decided time and time again that they can try to force these fights, that they can outskill.
They like fighting. I like watching fights, but I don't think it was the right choice. You're going to see Warzone's last desperate attempt. Spoiler.
The
doesn't
X-Paco,
work.
you called it?
He looks for it. He's hungry. Definitely not tanky enough to survive the LeBlanc plus GP combo 60 minutes into the game. I think we're just going to step away from that game is what we're going to do. Raz?
Take a nice deep breath.